appreciate the commitment. There's not a lot of room, so I'll do my best, mate. Good morning. It is 20 to 6 and I'm just out getting my steps in the middle of the Irish Sea. So it's 20 to 6. I'm trying to get a head start on my steps because peak week for the universe obviously starts today. So I woke my mum up at 5 a.m. to do my check-in in the room, and I'm just going to get as many steps in as I can in the next half an hour before we have to get everything to the car and wait in the car to get off at Birkenhead. So it'll be a long drive home. I didn't sleep particularly well. Got up a couple of times and it was very rumbly. You felt more that you were moving in the cabin than you do on deck. Yeah, I can think of worse places to get my steps in. It's going to be a long day, but I've got a monster. And we'll get it done anyway. I'm also just out here trying to get enough signal to send my check-in. But I'll show you the ferry in a minute. So this is one restaurant. And then there's a kids play area. Should have dropped mum off there yesterday. Duty free. Another cafe there. And up to another deck. Here's their little onboard cinema thing. That's really cute. There's another one over there and they're just showing different movies. But this is another deck. There's a bar there. There's a lounge. There's a recliner lounge there. There's another like cafe bit which was showing like Sky Sports, Sky News, whatever. And then there's another restaurant through there. If you are competing in Ireland, this was so stress-free to actually do. It's long. It means you can actually rest and get your legs up like the day before a show and stuff. Would highly recommend. Okay, it's 12:30. I got back home at about 10:15. Dumped some shit there, went and picked Maggie up from the kennels, got her back, got my mum back, and now I'm here. First time in 23 weeks. I can't be asked to do this. It's the first training session where I've been like, could have a rest day. But it's not, because we've got the universe on Sunday. So upper, which to be fair is my favourite training session of the week. I'm just going to go in, get it done. No cardio. I will do some steps. I've got my post-workout with me so that I can just jump on the treadmill and get some steps in because I'm on about 3.5, which I did on the deck. Yeah, 3.5, and just from pottering around. But yeah, I'm very tired. I haven't even got changed from this morning. These are the clothes that I wore yesterday. They're probably covered in tan, but needs must, I don't care. I don't care today. And that's all right. I'm still here. Headphones on. Zone out. I haven't got high expectations for this session because I'm just very tired. I didn't have the best night's sleep. Found out my mum fucking snores. Didn't know that. But it'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. Better to get in and do something than nothing, right? I managed to get 6 litres of water in yesterday post-show. So I'm quite pleased with that. And about 6,000 steps, I think. So it wasn't the laziest show day. This is post putting my wristband back on, so it's probably more like 8. So it wasn't shit by any means. Let's go and get this done and crack on. I'm back from the gym. It wasn't like horrendous, but I've had better sessions and I'm okay with that. I'm just in the middle of unpacking hell. But also I'm repacking. The stuff that I don't use at any other time, it might as well go back in a bag. So some Tupperwares, bag of protein that I took. I lost a nail last night. It's okay. pump up sweets, my bag of oats. There's just things that I can already start helping myself out with for this weekend by not unpacking it and having to do it again, okay? So I'm doing a bit of that at the minute. Whilst I'm doing that, I got such a good little ESN goodie bag from PCA Ireland. PCA are really good at rewarding their athletes and doing something for them anyway. I got 4 of these, and these are not cheap. They are in hazelnut nougat flavour. My mum had one and she was like, it's got the taste of a Topic, but the consistency and texture of Mars bar. And I was like, sounds sick to me. They also gave me 4 ESN samples. I absolutely love this ESN designer protein, especially in cinnamon cereal flavour. Like, I would buy it, but they only do it in like 900 gram tubs. And I ain't paying for that. I need the 2 kilos, the rate I go through it. They also had full size Haribo bags in there. So I'm going to decant that into my pump up sweet Tupperware, which I decant into smaller ones. I do that so that I don't eat them all. If I take a bag like this to a bodybuilding show, I don't think I would, because I am very, very disciplined with my food. But doing back-to-back shows, because there is no like little treat, I don't think I would tank a bag. I just don't think I would. But anyway, I put them into little pots so that there's no chance of me spilling over carb-wise in that pump up. That is how I'm spending the rest of the day, sorting and tidying and putting things away that I know I won't need, putting washers on for stuff that I will need. God, I hate these. Like, I wouldn't eat a whole bag of Haribos anyway. I'll chuck them in. Andy might want some. But yeah, that's my little pump up Tupperware. There's been like 3 bags of sweets in there recently. Someone keeps pinching them. Not naming any names. Not naming any names. Good little goodie bag, and going to be a busy afternoon. I got in about 7,500 steps. Not great, but also it was so hot in there, couldn't be asked to stick around. Knowing I had this many jobs to do when I got home, I was like, I could be somewhere else doing something else. I'm gonna get rid of and tidy up as much as I can, and then I'm gonna do a tan removal session. Then I'll go and finish my steps, and if I get time, do my nails again. Excellent. So this morning has been fucking fun. Some contractors turned up outside our house this morning and they were like, is this your car? And I was like, no, that's fine. So they went away and then cut our internet off for 2 hours. You had the opportunity to tell me that you were going to do that, and you just didn't. So I have been just working on my work phone all morning. All friggin' morning. But at least I got out on that walk with that meeting. I've done nearly 11,000 steps now, so not a whole lot to do later, which is lovely and gives me a little bit of relaxation time. I will probably spend it doing a little bit of food shopping and doing some more tan removal. I moisturised this morning. Skin still feels moist. I think over the next couple of weeks, the word moist is going to crop up so many times. After my tan removal, I chucked a load of aqueous cream on it. I need to get some more actually, so that's one thing that I'll probably grab tonight. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep on top of my skin with these back-to-back shows and not overdo it on the tan removal, because I don't want it to be too sensitive. It's better that it's even than patchy in places. So soft exfoliation in between those tan removal sessions and making sure that it is moist and will take another tan basically. So yeah, that is the plan for this evening. I feel in a good spot. We're going in for another low day tomorrow. Amy and I have spoken about the water thing and I feel so much happier for it. She's going to give me more water for Sunday pre-show, just to make sure that I am getting those carbs to my muscles, and my physique just comes alive after about a litre. I do not want to get on stage knowing I could have looked better. And at the minute I know that I need that extra water to, one, wake my abs up. I just tighten up almost like it's within like half an hour of that first litre of water. So what I'm going to do on Friday, because I'm not at work on Friday, which will be nice, is I will do that pump session, but I will also track through that pump session what I look like. I'm also going to change up my pre on Sunday, my pre-workout that I've been using, for the one that I use when I train. I didn't want to use a pre with caffeine in it just in case it made me a little bit jittery and shaky on stage with my posing, but the pump's more important. The pump's more important, and all of that tightening up, keeping it how it is on a training day, that's what we want. But this is how it goes. You have to, I wouldn't even call it a mistake. You have to just do some experimenting sometimes. Very, very pleased with my nails, although they are slightly boring. I did try last night to do a French tip with that little silicone stamp with my bikini colour. I just didn't like it. I think because it's not a perfect match and it wasn't like zingy enough. I just wasn't feeling it. It didn't look quite right. So I'm sticking to what I know, and I love these nails. So this is the rose gold. Oh my God, my fucking hands. This is the rose gold flaky top coat from Miley, on top of some extensions which have 2 coats of builder gel, and I think it ended up being 2 thin coats of strawberry milkshake to just get that like milky pink. But yeah, I'm pleased. Cuticles are a little bit sore, but they'll deal with it. Something that I'm struggling with today, to be honest, is I'm hungry. Oh no, I've just gone to get myself a jelly and I haven't got any. I've been in stage condition for a little while now. My body gets to a point where it's like, can you fucking eat something? Which is why people can struggle with that so much post-show. So I think I am gonna have the struggles this time, but it'll be okay, we'll manage. In my vulnerable state the other day, I got sucked into some Instagram marketing for a kilo of You Pick, We Mix. This cost me £10. There's fizzy peaches, there's gummy bears, there's jelly brains, there's fizzy straws, there's plain straws, there's dolphins, there's apple rings, there's laces, and I'll just have to work out the calorie allowance so that I can have them in my reverse. I put a post out on Instagram today about makeup inquiries because I've had quite a few people message me and be like, oh my God, did you do that yourself? And I'm like, yeah. And was just like, oh, DM me your show and if you'd be interested. I've had like 10 messages. I'm buzzing with that. Started compiling a spreadsheet of inquiries and stuff, and then I'll start to weigh up whether I can do that. But if you are doing a show and you are interested and you're in the UK, let me know. Got a message from my sports massage lady earlier saying, I've got a cancellation at 4:45 or you can still come at 6. And I was like, I'd completely forgotten. So now I'm outside Katrina's waiting to go in 5 minutes. I've not got many steps to do. No, 2,000, which I'll probably get in just pottering about and go in to get my food shopping. I've got to cook some mince tonight. I've got to pack up my stuff to be in the office tomorrow. Might rinse my hair because there's still a lot of tan in my hairline and that's kind of gross. Yeah, I ain't washing it until Friday. It's just a waste of time. Massive waste of time. So I think I'm going to get Katrina to focus on my lats to make sure that they flare really well. A bit more on my abs. My arms feel like they're getting longer. This is a very bold claim. I'm aware. That was the most transformative massage I've ever had, from like how I felt going in there to how I feel now. Oh my God, my traps were so tight and I didn't even realise until she started working on them, and it was so painful, and she was like, I'm gonna have to put some needles in here because they're just not gonna go without them. And I was like, do you know what? That's fucking fine. I think there's about 12 needles in there. But anyway, I feel so much better for that. I've got about 1,000 steps to do, which I will do around the house, and if I haven't got them, I'll pop out on the street and just walk up and down there. I'm just about to have my creamy. I was going to just say, I picked up this 4-berry medley mix from Aldi the other week. Normally I make this just with cherries or with raspberries. I don't really mix. I made too much of it in the NutriBullet, so I had to drink a little bit. It's all the same calories, isn't it? It doesn't matter. If it was going in here, it was going in there. So when I tell you it was delicious, when I just drank it out of the shake, so I'm really, really excited for this one. I'm going to have it with Biscoff because I think it'll offset some of the tartness of some of those berries. I'm going to do some washing up, cook some beef. Probably go to bed. I'm in the office tomorrow. Can I be arsed with it? No. I can't at the moment. I can't be bothered with the extra travel. But otherwise, I'm feeling pretty normal. I just want to be at home so that I can get on with my shit. But I'm interviewing on Thursday, so I have to be in then. I really ought to go in tomorrow as well. But it's rest day at least, so yeah. Morning. Fantastic. I tried to match my face to my neck over anything else, so do you know what? Whatever. I've already just I've just been into Asda, and the lady was like, and I was like, just don't. Everyone at work knows I'm competing at the minute. They know that all of this is just part and parcel of it, so I don't mind as such. It is Wednesday. Had to really think about that then. Wow. I have just nipped into Asda to pick up Monsters, to pick up a couple of bottles of Volvic, and to pick up some of these saviours when I'm feeling hungry. In terms of what they do for hunger, next to nothing. But I'm at that stage of being lean now where even the act of putting something else in my mouth sort of does something. And going for something super low calorie like that does it for those cravings and those feelings that you get when you're in this kind of condition. I think I'm going to find post-show a lot harder this time around, just because I am so much leaner and my body's already telling me. It's weird. It's your mind. It's not your body. When I was cooking last night, I was cooking my beef. I tasted a tiny bit of it to see whether the seasoning was right. And my mind went, just have another bit. Have another bit. Won't matter. But it does matter. Not in the grand scheme of like putting loads of weight on, but whilst I'm in peak week and whilst, you know, I'm still on prep, it does matter. And I haven't experienced that for a really, really long time, if ever. I don't know whether I did get that kind of, just have it, it won't matter. I got it in my reverse, but I'd never had it on prep. So that was just a little bit of a warning sign that, oh my gosh, this is probably going to be a lot harder this time, but it's okay. It is what it is. It's never going to be absolutely perfect, but I'll give it my best shot to reverse out stage condition well and be happy with how I look afterwards. I've done my check-in this morning and my weight is slightly up, and that could be a couple of factors. My fat burner got increased again on, because it got halved last week and it's gone back up again this week, and my body struggles with that. I think that happened on Sunday or Monday. Also had my massage last night, which is gonna push fluids around my body and manipulate things a little bit, so I'm not too arsed on that. I had a really, really nice message this morning as well from the photographer from PCA Island, because he messaged me yesterday and said, oh, your pictures are in, and I looked at them and the quality is fantastic, but obviously from what I've spoken about this vlog, I'm not entirely like satisfied with how I looked that day. And I said, oh, the pictures are brilliant, shame I'm not too happy with the look. And he was like, what do you mean, is it your physique, Hannah? And I said, oh yeah, this and this. And he said, it's absolutely no help at all, but I had you down in first or second. And I was like, no, it's no help at all. I'm still happy with the placing. This is figure, but everybody's different, and when everybody is so different and there's not a lot of consistency between the girls that are in front of you, you have to mark them based on purely condition, purely mass, and just thinking about what you would like to reward over someone else. I'm still happy to have placed, and it's absolutely fine. And the thing is, even when I come back in like 2030 and I've had a really long off season, I'll still get that, because that is figure. It just is. Oh, woof. I'm gonna get to work now. I'm not feeling any type of way about my check-in this morning, although I think I look all right. It's in the hands of Amy. I'm pretty sure today is the day we're going to start loading carbs. And when I say loading carbs, we are not heavy loading me at all. It'll probably be 50 grams of oats added to my final meal of the day, and maybe some Biscoff, maybe a banana, but that'll be it. I feel like I look full enough, so I'm not complaining about, but it is bizarre because I've been heavily loaded with carbs before, weirdly enough, when I wasn't in condition. So we're just trying not to lose that and playing it very, very safe, which is fine. I'd rather play it safe than spill, so it's a Mansfield, and when I get there I will eat my oats, which is my first meal of the day. 30 grams of oats and 100 grams of berries and 20 grams of whey. It's dead, isn't it? I'm looking forward to having a bit more food in me, I must admit. I am hoping that there might be a little bit of feeding into NABA next week. I did say in my check-in this morning about how I'm starting to struggle with spreading my meals out, and this, like, my mind starting to play games, asking like what the plan is for the NABA show, because this is getting harder. And that's it. That's all there is to it. It's just getting harder because I've been holding this condition for a long time now. We had high days leading into Southwest. I know I need to be in more condition for athletic, but the fact that I already achieved that on a rest day, you know, a couple of weeks ago. Give me some more food, please. I wanted and planned to get a walk in around the park before work started this morning. Given that I left the house at 7:15, I didn't get to work until 9:10 and sat in traffic for fucking 2 hours because there was a road closure at Newark that should have taken me 55 minutes. Absolutely ridiculous. I can't remember whether I said this morning, but whilst I went to bed earlier last night, I woke up with cramp in my calves twice and really, really struggled with that. So we've pulled my fat burner down and we'll probably take it out next week completely for NABA. And we've got a lot of room to play with NABA, so I think we're going to feed me up quite a bit for that. But Amy's really, really happy with the visuals this morning. She's fed back to me. High day tomorrow, extra oats tonight. Because I had the better but still broken sleep last night. I'm less foodie today. I don't think people realise how much sleep impacts just how you are and how you go about your day. If you've got shitty sleep, all of your hormones and everything is off. Cleaning up your sleep can be one of the biggest impacts to your lifestyle and relationship with food. I genuinely believe that. All of that rest and recovery that you get has an impact on your appetite and things like that. And because I've been more tired this week, how interesting that has coincided with how I'm less able to control how I feel about food and eating meals that bit earlier. I slept better last night, but it was still broken, but I am feeling less snackish. I've come out purposely so that I don't break into meal 3 too early. But I'll have that when I get back to the office. And then probably about 3 p.m, 4 p.m, I'll have my beef meal. And then I've got a big old 80-gram bowl of oats tonight with banana and peanut butter. So I'm looking forward to that. And I will likely have another big old bowl on high day. Don't know, can't remember. Either way, it's feeling pretty good. If Amy wants to chuck any extras in, she will do. I think this is just, peak weeks are a bit funny like that because you just do not know what you're getting and doing until like the day of. And as long as you're okay with that, manage your expectations, you can deal with peak weeks pretty well. It is 7:15 and why my face? It's 7:15. I have just got home, and the reason why I've only just got home is because I had to stop twice on the way home because I thought I was going to shit myself. I've really struggled with my digestion today. I did not struggle on the way home. Oh my god, I genuinely thought I'm a goner. I'm an absolute goner. And I'll let you into a little secret. This prep, I have shit myself twice. But I just didn't think that YouTube was the time or place. But do you know what it is? On some days, a cold brew is not my friend. People shit themselves. It's okay. But yeah, that was a close call. And sometimes your digestion is like that throughout the course of these things. Probably shouldn't be. I'll get that looked into. But that's where we're kind of at right now. Just making my monster bowl of oats in the hope that it knits my arse back together. I've got about 4,000 steps to do. I'm going to do a tan removal session because this is just wrong and I'm interviewing people tomorrow. And then I'll pack all my shit up for work tomorrow and make my meals up. But I know it's a high day, so I've got that going for me, which is nice, and I'm looking forward to a large portion of oats before I train. I know I've moaned about them and how they sit heavy, but honestly, the way that I'm feeling, I'm looking forward to that. That is a bowl of pure joy. Good morning, it is Thursday, it is 7:08 a.m. and the theme of today is panic. I have just trained pulling hams. I've just had my post-workout high day frosties. La, 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 la. I haven't had any appointments through for my tan, hair or makeup. I know who my makeup artist is because the makeup artist that I requested in January for this show has told me she's been oversubscribed when I asked for her 6 months ago. So I'm a little bit annoyed about the situation. I'm a little bit panicky because I currently have no knowledge of when I need to go for any of those things. And I will be going to my first tanning appointment in 2 days, which is less than ideal. And I just want to look my best. And it's really, really pissed me off. I can't say how much it's pissed me off because I'm frightened that the makeup artist I do have might find that offensive and fuck me up. Sure, it'll be fine. I've emailed, I've posted on the Facebook group, I've messaged on Instagram. There is no way that they will not see the messages from me today. So I'm very hopeful that I've done enough. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, what the fuck? Not good. So I'll keep you updated on that. But I've got to go to work now and go into the office. I've got my bag packed. I'm looking forward to high day food today. The difference is the extra oats pre-workout. I had 30 grams extra of oats. I've had 20 grams extra of cereal. There's 125 grams extra of rice in one of my meals. And it will just be a suck it and see what if Amy wants to add anything else in. But I'm hoping that there's more high days and I can come in looking fuller for this weekend, because I just know I can look better than I did on Sunday, and this is the show to look my best at. Do you know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. My head's a little bit full of shit, but I'm sure it'll work out. There's people that are qualifying for the universe literally on Saturday, so I know that there are appointments. But damn it, I booked them in January and I should be first. Do you know, can you see where I'm coming from? I'm not just being a brat, but fucking hell, come on. Since when does being organised not pay off? Anyway, on the way home from work, my mum is adapting my universe bikini and taking some more out of the top. I'll show you how she's going to do that, because I think that's important to share. You might be in the same situation where you've lost a lot more than your bikini maker thought you would, and you might need to make some adjustments to your bikini, but I'll show you how we're doing that, and I'll do that on the way home. 8 to 10k steps today, so no over that. So I probably won't go on my walk at lunch as I normally would on a working day. We just need to keep those steps to a minimum. I'd rather have to do them at the end of the day than go over. It is Thursday evening. So it's been a little while since I picked up the camera. I've had a very busy day interviewing and stuff, which went okay. I've got a Tupperware full of snacks from a oversubscribed buffet for Andy. What the fuck is all this? I don't know. Hopefully I haven't been walking around like that all day. I've had my plan through for tomorrow with Amy to trial the whole water situation. It's very rigid. I'm drinking at certain times. I'm eating at certain times. I'm training later than I normally would do because of just what we're doing, so that she can manipulate things. But we're just going to give it a go and see what the outcome is, because it shouldn't be too dissimilar from Sunday. Our best guess anyway. Anything could happen. I wasn't late for work, but I was on the minutes because this morning I had to stop on the A46 to look through all of my fucking transactions with PCA to show evidence that I had paid for all the stuff that I was expecting, like tan, hair, makeup. So I'm sat on the side of the road looking at all my bank statements, like, I've paid for everything, can you sort it out? And thankfully they have. And do you know what? I reached out on Instagram as well and was just like, has anyone else not had anything from PCA? And other people were in the same situation. So I think it's just been a busy show and they've just, you know, drop down in some of their organising, but it's all sorted now. And do you know what? They were so quick to try and help. Natalie was voice noting me and I could tell that she was like either in bed or tired, and she was voice noting me at 7 a.m. to try and sort it. So you can't really say fairer than that, can you? I was slightly disappointed with the makeup artist that I'd been assigned. Requested this specific makeup artist, the one that I had at Southwest. I got a message from her today saying that I'd been swapped. So not only has Natalie sorted that out for me, she's seen that I started making deposits and things like that and making requests in January, and she swapped me over to the makeup artist that I wanted. I've got my tan booked in for the 6 p.m. on the Saturday, so I've got a slot for base coat. I know what time I need to go for top coat, which is convenient. My makeup is at 7:30 and not 6:45, which is great. And I know who my hair person is as well. So
yeah, it's just worked out very, very nicely. And when I popped that out on Instagram, not only did people come forward and say that it had happened to them too, but other people were saying, oh, I messaged them and I got sorted straight away. Loads of people were really helpful. They were sending me the top coat times and stuff that they'd received. So people were really trying to help a girl out, which was very, very nice of them. So I'm very grateful for that. But I'm going to go into my mum's now and I'll show you how we're just adjusting this bad boy so that it sits better on my chest, because I am a lot leaner than we all expected. I don't know whether you can see. Okay, now this is good bikini. What we want to achieve is, it's currently sitting here. I haven't adjusted and tightened anything yet, but it needs to be about here. So there's about this much that needs taken out of it. That's a great cut. I'm so excited to wear this one. Okay, so this is the bikini top. Got this to the point where this is the longest this bit will go, isn't it? Because you can still put that bit back there if you needed to. Now, we actually need to take quite a lot of material out of this. So the plan is, if you see this bit where it attaches, Mum is going to unpick this, and literally it's like it's going to fold. If you imagine, well, I'll show you in a minute, but unpick that, bring this bit of material to like here. Is that right? There, because that's how much I need taking out. So there's really not a lot of room in there at all. But that's the situation we're in, isn't it, Mum? So last week when Mum did this, bless her, on the Saturday night with my silver bikini, we didn't take as much out, did we?
No.
No, but needs must on this one. I'll film a little bit about how Mum's doing it so that you've got an idea. If this happens to you, because it's quite easy to do, like anyone can do it, but you are the pro scientist around here and I don't trust myself. But you could, couldn't you? Anyone could do it.
Yeah.
It's just knowing how.
Yeah.
But we'll show you. Unpicking that bit. Dexter's nomming away.
I think we're going to cut the material this time.
Yeah, we didn't last week, did we?
No, I was too scared.
Yeah, feeling more ballsy this week. So that's all unpicked now. Just getting rid of the loose thread. Don't know why, because we're going to bloody cut it off anyway.
And we're going to take that all the way down there.
I know.
And then I'm going to take that over there and stitch it there.
Voila.
Voila.
And then cut it.
No, I'm going to cut it because I want to.
Do I still have any adjustment in that at all?
No.
No, but in other cases, you might be able to.
Yeah, you don't need to. If you only adjust it to there, you've still got that much to do.
Yeah.
But
we're going to have to do it there because that's how
tight you want it.
And that's how teeny tiny I am. So this is the finished article. The silver one, obviously I had a lot more, had some more room in it and we just folded it over, but that is the finished piece. And what I'll do is I'll try it on and show you what it looks like now. We're just testing whether my boobies fall out. All right?
Yep.
Tit safe?
Tit safe.
That is much higher than it was. Realistically, could it do with being a little bit higher? Yes, but there just isn't the material. But it is what it is. It's still it's still a great bikini. I don't actually look too bad considering I've had like 8 litres of water today.
How many?
8. I am back home and thankfully yesterday me prepared my creamy for the day. And I'm getting an extra 50 gram of oats, banana and 20 grams of peanut butter on top of my 20 grams of Biscoff in this meal. So I'm absolutely buzzing. It's going to be a lot of food. Hopefully it'll make me shit because that hasn't happened today. Just peak week things. Good morning. God, I look tired.
tired. I am tired. It's Friday. We're just starting our water experiment. There's 600 ml in here, which is going in with this bowl of oats. It's 60 grams of oats, 20 grams of whey, a banana, and 20 grams of peanut butter. I've done my check-in this morning and I actually think I look the best I've looked. I've woken up looking tighter, and my abs are visible. I just look the best I've looked all week, and I think I want to take the dandelion route out because I never wake up looking like that on a show day, and that is one of the variables that we haven't had this week. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna get this in. Between 8 and 9, I've got to sip on 500 ml of water and then have my pre-workout with 200 ml of water, half a banana, and some more peanut butter and some salt. So we're going to try that. And I'll send Amy some visuals like before training, during training, after training, so she can see like how I'm looking and how pumped I am and how much water is enough without pushing it too far. But I'll be training a little bit later today, between 10 and 11ish. I fell down the stairs last night, like top to bottom. I'd just moisturised and I'd put baby oil on my legs, I'd put moisturiser on everything, and then I'd put it on my feet, and I thought my feet had soaked it up, and they hadn't, and I slipped down the stairs from top to bottom. My back is in bits. I've got some shopping bits to do today, one of which is now arnica cream. Apparently that's very good for bruising and stuff, so just trying to stay calm. What am I like? I'm going to get this down me, wait for my feedback from Amy. I've started salting my oats. I don't know why I've not been doing it already. It's so good. Like the sweet and salty. But I'll film my little pumpy session and my little experiment today. And then you can see what I'm doing. But today's going to be quite chill. I want to do a hair mask. I cannot believe this braid still looks like this a week later. She was like, it'll last like 2 to 5 days. And then I'm like, that's a week. Yeah, hair mask, relax. More tan removal, but not going too hard. Wash my hair. Even though I should do the full body shave today, really, because I'm not getting my base coat tan until about 6 o'clock tomorrow. I'm just going to do it in the morning. Bits that I need food-wise, but there ain't a lot. So it's 5 to 10. I've got a right car full here. My mum bought me this fucking trolley for all my shit this weekend, bless her. I've done a lot of steps this morning that I shouldn't have done, but it is what it is. I've potted around town and got things that I need, including my arnica cream, which I'm going to put on my arse and my back when I get into the gym. I'm literally just sat outside it now, preparing my pre. So between 8 and 9, I had this and I slowly sipped it and made sure that it was in between 8:08 and 8:57. I have a small bottle of 330 ml, which I'm allowed during training. I'm gonna just piss out a little bit of it so that it is more like 300 ml and not 330. I've got my pre-workout here, which is with 200 ml of water, and I'm gonna have that shortly because we're gonna have this and half a banana and 10 grams of peanut butter at 10, and then go in and just see what happens and what I look like. Okay, pre-workout, 10. some more upper pump stuff and drink to my heart's content, and then send you some afters and do a pose as well. Okay, that was long, but I think we've got enough info. I've been there like 2 hours, just farting around. I've drank nearly 2 litres of water on top of the 300 ml that she gave me throughout the first half of that session. I was like, let me try it. Let me see how I look with the Hydromax in there, with the extra litres. And she's like, fucking hell. She's never done this before where someone can just take water, and I get how cautious she's being, but there's no denying I look so much better with more water in me. I think we're finding the sweet spot. What we're going to do is I'm going to check in throughout the day, and then she can look at that and see what she thinks. I'm much happier, even with that 2 litres that I've got there, that I'm looking in a better spot than I did on Sunday in athletic. I look so lean. My hamstrings look crispy as fuck. I don't know why I'm stood here with my top off, but I've just taken half my bikini off because I'm going to get in the shower, and I'm going to do a light exfoliation. I'm not going ham. I'm just doing it lightly. I'll do the shave tomorrow. I literally cannot get in my armpits properly. I haven't been able to for like 2 months. I was also going to say, look how well this braid has lasted. I haven't washed my hair since last week. I haven't touched this at all, and it's still exactly pretty much like it was last Friday when I had that braid done. It helps that it's on the top of my head. If it was on the sides, I think it'd be a different story, but I'm very, very impressed with that. I'm going to do my hair wash, but I'm going to leave the everything shave until tomorrow morning and just make the most of it. I've done several check-ins whilst drinking and eating normally, and I feel like we've finally found the sweet spot. So I feel a lot more comfortable going into the universe now that I'm going to have a pump. I'm going to look full, but I'm also going to look tighter because we've tested a lot of things today, and like there is no alternative. It just is going to look better. Good morning and happy Saturday. It is a happy Saturday. I have a new low ever weight today. I am 57.4 kilos. I've just sent off my check-in to Amy. I've immediately been told to double my breakfast. So I was having my low non-training day breakfast and low non-training day food, which is 30 grams of oats, 20 grams of whey, 100 grams of berries, So she's told me to have 60 grams of oats and chuck 20 grams of peanut butter on it, which is great. I've just double checked with her that she doesn't want me to put a banana in instead of the cherries. She wants me to check in with her again at about 12:30 so that she can see how everything's looking. But I'm very pleased with how I look today. Very pleased. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've got a few bits to do today. I've still got to do the full body shave. I've got to pack. I've got a couple of errands to run. I've got a little bit of shopping to get, and I'm going to try and do that whilst keeping my steps under 6,000, which should be doable. I'm looking forward to not having so far to travel for the universe. The universe is, in show day terms, on our doorstep at Hull, so it's only about an hour and 15 away, which is a lot more relaxing than having to travel for like 4 hours. A lot of people are travelling fucking miles to get here today, but not me. My base coat tan is at 6, so I'll make sure that we're over at the Airbnb and stuff for about 4ish, maybe even earlier if we can, because we've got it, so why not get Maggie settled. I'm gassed, feeling good in general. It's the best I've ever looked. What will be will be. Really cracked everything that I wanted to this week, so that I know regardless of the result on Sunday, I'm going to step on stage looking the best I ever have, and that means everything to me. You don't work this hard in 2 years in an off season to get on stage and know that you could have looked better. It's such a simple tweak, but sometimes it takes a couple of goes at getting that right, and that's what we've done. So I'm gonna whack a shit ton of salt on this, sit and eat my breakfast, and then I'll crack on with the day. I didn't pick up the camera again last night because I was dangerously close to being over my steps yesterday. So I just wanted to chill. You didn't miss much. I just, after I'd kind of had a shower, washed my hair, I just sat on the sofa and edited the PCA Island vlog. I love vlogging. You know I love vlogging, but I also love editing them and just sitting down with it because it's so relaxing for me. So 10 out of 10 coffee. Looking forward to this. There's a lot of salt on there, a lot of yumminess. Such a weird thing, parking so close to the supermarket. I park so far away to get extra steps in, and on peak week I'm like, oh my god. I've just been and got Andy a meal deal for tomorrow. The elite meal deal is always Sainsbury's because you can upgrade your meal deal to a £5 meal deal, and this would be £4.75. So he's got that, and he's got a little butter chicken pocket, and he's got a protein shake. I've just picked up some extra sweeties, not that I need them because I've got that fucking kilo of pick and mix, but they're in my pump up Tupperware and they're not in that bag. I don't know, I was just like, the bag is for off season, the pump up Tupperware is for peak weeks, and I'm running low. And also some of the pick and mix that I got aren't like sugary, they're not like fizzy, and I always get fizzy sweets for pump up. These feel extremely naughty in general, but at this time in the morning, this tastes like a Blue Wicked, and if you're in your 30s, you'll have probably tanked about 1 million of those in your lifetime. So I'm just gonna go and get the car washed, gonna send something on Vinted, get some cash out, put some air in my tyre, and then that is my out of the house jobs done. And it is 9 o'clock, so I'm gonna go and then after that do the shave and then start packing all my shit, but most of it's already done. It's just food bits, I think. Second Nespresso of the day. She's feeling crazy. I'm pretty much packed. That's my Team GB jacket. That came the other day and I completely forgot to post about it, but that's exciting. Made up meals as far as I'm willing to. Andy has just finished his meal prep. I've got my dry goods ready. More dry goods in there. That Easter egg is for Amy. I'm going to start packing the fridge stuff shortly. Show day meal bag, show day case, overnight stuff. Ring light is over there. Tanning stuff is there. House is a mess. But if that ain't show season, unfortunately, even Maggie's meal prep is done. Yeah, ready to go pretty much. Just need to get this meal in me, which has got extra rice in it. Another check-in about 12:30 because Amy wanted to see whether I needed more carbs today and just give me some more rice. And so I've had half a packet of rice in my chicken and veg meal. I've got another meal with rice to have, which is my beef meal, and then I've got 80 grams of oats going in later. So harder carb up for this one. I am enjoying very much. We've just got into our apartment and the beds haven't been changed. There's tobacco everywhere and the cleaner hasn't been. There is also bed shit on the floor and a feather in it. But it's fine. I've called the apartment owner and they're sending a cleaner over. So I'm just getting my beef and rice meal in and I'm gonna get my shit together and get out of here quickly so I can go and get my tan. Breathe. But with less bird shit, it'd be quite nice. People say this sport is glamorous. Okay, base coat is on. Base coat is on. Found out at tanning that there are about 12 girls in the class tomorrow. So big show, no expectations, just having a laugh and enjoying what I do. I think best. I don't do a lot of things very well, but I do this best for me. And yeah, just having a good time. Happy with the colour of the base coat. My top coat is at 6:30 tomorrow. So I'm going to sort out my food tonight so it's done. Only have to cook oats in the morning. Make sure that my bags are all sorted and I'm good to go. Excited. PCA Universe. Never done this show before, so I'm buzzing. What are you doing? Hey? Are you on your holidays again? It's show day. It's already hectic. I'll try and pick up the camera again. I've just had my top coat done and I'm just off to makeup and hair and then I'll come back on. This has been an absolute godsend.
A different one for yesterday, sorry.
I'm using my little ring light on the go. I've just done a check-in for Amy that I'm about to send. Hair and makeup is done. I just need to pull that pin out before I go on. But yeah, I've had meal one at about 6 AM. I've had chicken and veg whilst I was getting my makeup done. Need to sort that out. And then I'll have my next meal at about 10:30, I think. I've got changed into the red bikini. I'm just lying on the floor near a door. Honestly, anyone that thinks this is a glamorous sport and that show days are like, wow, you want to see this? Seriously.
And ladies and gentlemen, the top 5 athletes will receive invites to the World Championships. In 5th place, athlete number 52, Paul. Arms overhead, hands open. From the side.
Yes, Hannah!
There's a round of applause. Thank you, ladies.
ECA, 60-second pulse down.
Yes, Hannah!
And in second place, athlete number 82, Hannah. And ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for all of these fantastic
Post-show oat bowl. Maggie's got a new toy as well, which she is wearing rather than playing with. Okay, I am home. I am home post brown sugar oat shaken espresso from Starves, and I've had a big old bowl of celebratory oats because I came second at the PCA Universe. I have cried so many times today. I don't think I will ever forget the sound or the feeling of my family roaring when I got moved to centre stage. I'm so happy. I'm absolutely made up with that. It was such a strong lineup of girls as well. There was 9 of us in the end. My arms. Until I've had some porridge. Yeah, 9 girls. And what today has done for me as well is just made me see my potential in the long term in this sport, and made me feel validated in a way that I've always just, to me, and seemingly not to other people, but to me, until I placed in a strong lineup, like a strong toned lineup, I was always going to be the girl that lost weight and jumped in a show. I think this means more to me than people will realise. I know there's work to do. I'm going to work really hard over the next few years. And I want to come back and fucking go all the way. I really want it. I really want to do that for myself. To prove to myself that I am a figure athlete and I am capable of taking it all the way. I've proved that a little bit to myself today.
I'm so proud of how I look today and what I've done. Having all my family there, my best friends and Andy was just amazing. I've had some lovely comments from people on Instagram, from like messages from people that were there. I feel very overwhelmed with the support that I've had. And from you guys in the comments as well, like not a single one gets missed. I'm now going to go and wash this fucking tan off. And it'll be back to the grind tomorrow because we've got one more. No, I had no expectations of this show. Never have expectations at a big show. I don't have expectations at the next one. But I feel confident going into it that I'm good at what I do